offense is a little more driven than it has been in recent years. That offense has been downright offensive at times. It's been staid, it's been stubborn, as you see our countdown clock getting us started on this sizzling college football Saturday. Here's what LSU has done against Power 5 opponents. It hasn't been great, and since they lost the 2011 national title game to Alabama, they haven't finished higher than 6 in scoring or total offense. George Whitfield joins Kirk and Mayer, quarterback coach extraordinaire. This is a whole new offense for LSU with Joe Brady coming in.
Crazy.
Reese, I thought when I went down to Baton Rouge a couple of days ago and spent time with them, I thought I'd see a wrinkle or two.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, that's a nice adjustment. They're making tidal waves down there, and if they can get it in and apply it tonight, it's a game changer. It's going to be scary for the entire nation.
I can't wait to see, as far as this offense, where it's been, where it has to go, and where it's going to develop, because you had a chance to, I know, go down to Baton Rouge and let's take a quick peek, kind of see what you learned with Joe Burrow this week.
Deal.
This new look offense led by Joe Burrow, and here they go. Touchdown, Tigers! They're not messing around. This team's moving fast right now.
Your coordinators expect you to just put your foot on the throat and go. What does that do for you?
It keeps the defense on their heels. When the defense doesn't have their cleat in the grass, doesn't have their hand in the ground, the O-line can get off the ball and drive them off the ball, and it's just that always attacking mentality.
A guy like Joe, you know, he's so vocal in terms of what he's comfortable with, what he sees. Well, the more that we can put on his plate, we feel comfortable with, and I know he wants that.
You get a massive amount of confidence when your coaches believe in you like that to implement your ideas into the offense, but there's also no excuses. If I mess up, it's on me.
What is a staple in practice that you use to get everybody on the same sheet music?
We call it screen drill. It's basically just a tempo drill, so we're just calling plays as fast as we can, getting to the ball, getting lined up, handing the ball to the official, sprinting back to the line and calling the next play.
All right, do your thing. Let's see it. Good read. Ball spotted right there on the hash, Good, there we go. There's the tempo. Here we go. Boom. So I saw in your opener the referee was standing over the ball, and it looked like you were going to explode.
Look at Burrow. Get upset at the official.
You want to go physically remove him off the ball.
They're supposed to hold it when we sub, and it was a 3rd and short, and we didn't sub, and Georgia Southern was trying to sub all their D-line off and get a whole new D-line on. So I was trying to snap the ball, but they were holding us, and that really wasn't supposed to happen.
Touchdown LSU, and electric to start.
Was there any concerns before you hit the field thinking, can we pack this up and go play with this?
No concerns at all, you know. We're getting the ball out fast, helping our O-line. There's tons of great pass rushers in this league, but the faster I can get the ball out, the more it's going to help them, and the less those pass rushers are going to want to rush. I think we can be the best in the country. I really do. You know, we have the talent to do it. We have the scheme. We have the coaches. It's all going to be on me how I play.
Joe just made a really strong comment there. I mean, we think LSU being the best in the country. I think of their team. I think of their defense. I don't think of their offense. He's trying to be the best in the country with this offense.
And with this transformation, it is possible. I mean, Reese, imagine your granddad who's been listening to Jimmy Buffett for years, and he's bumping Kendrick Lamar.
This is what we're used
Jimmy
to.
Buffett. This is what we're used to. The old flex. Only 2 receivers. It's 3rd down and long. We got to get some yards. We'll pick on a linebacker.
That's LSU.
With the tight end. That's LSU.
That's what it's been forever.
Right. Brute
What's
force.
this?
Where's the fullback?
Now we got some greyhounds out here. We got some greyhounds. Now watch this. Everybody calls it the spread. This is NFL. This has NFL elements. There's his first read, second read, third read. Come back to your first. Chunk plays. This is scary. Let's go take space with our better athletes.
So for the fans at home, Texas's defense is fast. They're athletic. They're aggressive. This offense in space, what should they watch for tonight? What's the matchup? What's to watch with LSU's offense?
So Coach Brady is going to work a lot of varying elements. He's not going to come out in the same sets. His 2 best receivers aren't going to always be on the outside. He's going to start at times with the running back all the way outside. Then he'll motion him in the backfield. Then he'll sprint him across. The tight end might come out of the backfield and go out as a receiver. Now you got to track and keep up with all these guys, and they're the same monsters that have been running and dominating in the LSU for years. I mean, in the SEC for years. Now they're playing in a quote Big 12 type system, but it's got an NFL coach with his hands at the controls and a veteran quarterback behind the
weird
controls.
to see 5 receivers going out.
We have, we're going to see mirror images, a lot of short passes. I think 43 of the 65 passes each quarterback threw in the opener within 6 yards of the line of scrimmage. Kurt's going to visit with Sam Ehlinger a little bit later on in College Game Day, but we've got Maria and David with people who had a single job.
Yeah, you're right, Reese. Life gets hard, especially as you get closer and closer to mid-season. You know who we haven't had on You Had One Job yet, Dave? Who is our favorite position group to make fun of?
The Hogs?
I was going to say kickers. Come on, bro.
The kickers,
yeah.
for sure.
Time for You Had One Job.
I meant football players, my bad.
Oh, no. Okay, the punter here from St. Francis, Ryan Oliver, destroyed.
You deserve to get destroyed. You dropped the ball 16 times. I mean, he literally dropped the ball, hit in the face. That's what happens.
He's okay. I saw a tweet. He's doing just fine. All right, cameraman trying to keep up with Safe.
Oh.
Didn't work out for him.
No, we usually don't have cameramen on here, but the back pedal was
Look at Safe. Like, come on,
that's not how
bro.
TV back pedals. You got to back pedal better than that.
Get up. Jackson State. Okay, they score a touchdown here. The mascot, though, gets so excited he comes out to celebrate. Unsportsmanlike.
So you got flagged for a mascot?
Yes.
I would beat the mascot up. I would literally just beat him up. I mean, you got to control yourself, man. Come on.
You got to stay on the sidelines, bruh. Okay, dad playing soccer. This is David teaching his kids how to play.
What's the problem here?
No. Just keep watching. All right, get up.
Oh!
Yeah.
You see the head snap back? Yeah! I thought it was a light soccer ball. God. Man!
Come on. Be
wow.
That's David as a parent, just so you guys know.
Get up, kid. You're fine.
Get up, ready to go. Old school ground and pound offense coming back to the big house. It's just Army bringing it in against Harbaugh's Wolverines, and that offensive there still has that new car smell.
There's a lot of excitement around here about what this offense is going to look like in Ann Arbor.
Patterson got some help from Wilson. Touchdown!
Pretty darn good for the first time seeing a new offense.
From day one, I think we knew who we were right when Coach Gas came in.
Decisive in the play calling, and we had a clear, clean, concise game. Is that good enough to beat the teams on our schedule? Make all the improvement that we can, including for this ball game.
Everybody remembers Army giving Oklahoma a hard time last September. Michigan may get a couple of defensive linemen back today. Might say, hey, can I have another week, coach, with all this cut blocking?
Yeah.
Michigan be a little vulnerable today?
I don't think so. I know it's trendy because Army competed with Oklahoma last year. I just want to keep seeing this offense. I thought last week Josh Gaddis, as a guy who's never called plays, was outstanding. He moved different quarterbacks in. He seemed to be a step ahead of things. So it's just another step against an Army defense that'll be tough and undersized and give them everything they got. But I think over time, this offense is building for the future.
Michigan's new offense will not have a pushover against Army. Army has not allowed more than 14 points the last 3 games. Now, listen to this. Run offense, ball control, and good defense. Yeah. Michigan wins, but real close.
Wow.
Real close in the house.
Yeah, I think what Army's going to do is try to limit Michigan's possessions offensively by ball control offense, like you said. When I watched the offense, I could see the potential in the offense. It's just that Shea Patterson wasn't consistent. He opened the game with the fumble. He had a couple more fumbles throughout the game at the mesh point between him and the running back. But when they hit their potential, when he has time to throw, Nico Collins is a problem out there wide, number 4, and so is number 7, Tariq Black.
Jeff Monken has said about giving Michigan trouble. He's like, are you kidding? We're outmanned at every position. And he just said they'll fight. Well, while Michigan is playing at noon, so too is Ohio State, and a stern challenge coming on ABC for the Buckeyes as Luke Fickell and the Bearcats roll. And I think Luke knows his way around Columbus. It's the first time facing Ohio State as a head coach. He was an assistant at Akron and faced the Buckeyes once in a 28-14 loss. Luke has a long legacy with the Buckeyes, 50 straight starts, part of the Rose Bowl championship team after the 96 season.
Nothing was more Ohio State than Luke Fickell his entire career. Player, look at it, as an assistant coach. When Tressel was let go, he was the interim before Urban Meyer. He's Buckeye as much as Buckeye can be.
He was the head coach for that one season after Jim Tressel resigned. Allison Williams spoke with Luke Fickell.
Coach Fickle, welcome home. Being from Columbus, having spent over 2 decades as part of the Ohio State Buckeyes as a player and a coach, how successful have you been in managing the emotion of this week?
Pretty good. I mean, I haven't really let it show a whole lot this week. A lot of sleepless nights, but I think that's, anytime you're going to be in a big game, and we've created this, our team's created this to give us this opportunity, and I think that try to put all those emotions aside and focus on what it's really about. It's about these 18 to 22-year-olds in a big game for our program.
His defensive coordinator, Marcus Freeman's from Ohio State. They have some transfers there. He had to argue with his wife, Amy, about how many tickets they really needed. He didn't want to deal with all of that. How do you look at this matchup?
I tell you what, Ohio State came out a week ago and scored 28 points in the first half against FAU. First quarter against FAU. That will not happen today. Luke Fickell's group is going to bring them more resistance defensively. When they played UCLA, they stayed in UCLA's backfield, walked our way with 6 sacks in that game. It's going to be a close game early, but Ohio State just has too much talent. This is my Joes is better than your Joes type of game.
But at the same time, we've seen Ohio State playing these games in September and been pushed. You see, in fact, about years ago, game a challenge in a national championship year. I expect this to be very similar. It's a team that was 11-2 last year under Luke Fickell. 14 of those starters back, including their quarterback Desmond Ridder, their running back Michael Warren. They will not be intimidated. Luke Fickell all week has his team focused on playing and playing tough and out fighting the Buckeyes on their own turf. I think it's a close game. This is the week we find out really how far Justin Fields and Ryan Day have come against a pretty tenacious defense.
Ohio State jumped on Florida Atlantic, first 4 drives, touchdowns. Then they sputtered in the second, third quarter. They didn't score. I'm telling you, if they don't keep that tempo up and keep going, they're going to have problems against good teams. They can't have it up and down offense.
That game comes up at noon Eastern time on ABC. Purdue plays Vanderbilt today. You remember last year that Purdue took on Ohio State, handed the Buckeyes a loss, and that was the game that Tyler Trent really walked his way into the hearts of people all across the country and college football fans. Today would have been Tyler's 21st birthday. He had predicted the victory against Ohio State, and then there was a massive celebration after the Boilermakers knocked off the Buckeyes. He lost his battle to cancer. He mustered the strength to watch his team. Just an emotional night.
Yeah, Jeff Fromm and those players really wrapped their arms around him. He meant so much to them, each individually.
Yeah.
Well, today at Ross H. Stadium, when the Boilermakers take on Vanderbilt, as I said, it would have been Tyler's 21st birthday. They will dedicate the Tyler Trent Student Gate. It just happened a few moments ago, and this is the Hammer Down Cancer game. Kelly and Tony Trent, his parents, the first through the gate, and Tyler's best friend Josh Seals, who 2 years ago camped out with Tyler for a Michigan game to show his support, the first student through the gate, and forever that will be the Tyler Trent Student Gate. That epitomized what's special about college football, and so too is this story of Austin Jackson of USC and how he saved
for Austin to say, you know what, this is more important than anything else that I do on this earth, is to go help a loved one. There was no question in my mind. Not only do you got to go do this, you get to.